How will today's Excel tip enhance your data analysis? Join us in this detailed tutorial from our expert trainer who walks you through each step. Let's get started.
Now, in this document that I've been working on, I realized that I wouldn't mind having another column after quarter three. Wouldn't also mind having another row and another one to follow all of my little sales critters here. But I also may want to delete some of these things, and some of you may have already noticed that my column is not wide enough. That's what this lesson is all going to be about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a new column to the right of quarter three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. So a good way to remember this is if I right click on this column letter, I'm going to insert a column to the right of that. And I simply right click on it, and you're going to notice here a whole bunch of options now appear, including cut and copy, and then delete, and then hiding, etc. What we're looking for is insert. So I'm going to go ahead and click on insert, and now that moves it right. And now very simply, all I need to do is type out quarter four. And then I hit enter, and now I've got a new column altogether. Let's go ahead and now do a new row between Piggy Bundy and Per Cobain. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to right click on row 6. And what that's going to do is it's going to push everything down one row. So I'm going to go ahead and right click again, and you can see here very similar options, but when it says insert, it's implying that I'm going to insert a new row because I've right clicked on the row number. I choose that, and you can see just like that. Now I can just go ahead and just type out Rabbit De Niro. Great, and you can see, bam, there I have that. All right, now the other thing I may want to do is resize this column. Now notice how I can't see the R in Horsey Potter. But note that it is in fact there, because a lot of people get a little confused, say, well, if I can't see it, it's not there. But when I click on that and then go back over to here to my formula bar, you can see the entire thing there. It's just that the column width is not showing that. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. Number one is a very manual way, just by moving your mouse right on the middle of the A and the B, right there. Not here, and definitely not here. A lot of people get confused and they think, well, because of this being the sort of like offending object, I should then try to resize it from here. It doesn't work that way in Excel. You have to go to the column heading to make that wider, and that speaks for the entire column. So what I'm going to do is just very simply click and drag. And notice how Excel is in fact talking to me with that double-sided arrow. Here, no. Here, no. Here, no. But here, yes. So it's very important we understand the context clues that Excel is trying to give us. So very simply now, I'm just going to click and drag, and then you can see it reveals itself. Now, I'm going to undo that and show you a nice little trick. I'm going to go over here to undo. Click on that, and now that takes me back one step. Now, one really nice feature is the auto fit feature. So instead of clicking and dragging and trying to guess how big I can make it, I'm just going to very simply move my mouse back over between the A and the B, but this time I'm going to double click on that. Double click to auto fit the column width. Nice little rhyme that I made up. You double click it, and you can see it's perfectly fit to everything inside of that column, including Pony Danza's pet supplies. You can see that. Not too big, not too small. Perfect, and I like that. Very good. Now let's go ahead and resize the row height. Well, earlier we talked about resizing the column width. Well, I'm going to go over here to my row headings, and I want to make row 1 a little taller. So now notice I have a similar arrow, but this time it's going up and down to indicate the height of the row. I can go up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and drag that down a little bit, and now you can see my row has then gotten taller. And now finally, let's go ahead and delete an entire row. Well, you know what? I don't need row 9 anymore. So very simply, all I need to do is right click on the number 9. And again, notice I'm getting that thick black arrow. Very important. Don't go here because it's going to add on some extra steps for you. This is going to indicate that it's the entire row that you are in fact deleting. So I'm going to right click on that, and you can see very simply all I need to do is choose delete, and that deletes the entire thing. Now I want to make sure that we're not confusing deleting on our keyboard with deleting an entire row. So for example, if I highlight everything here and I hit delete on my keyboard, All that does is delete the content. It doesn't delete the entire row. So if I right click on row 15 and I say delete, notice the entire row on a structural level as well as the content then disappears. Let's go ahead and undo that. So good old Dave comes right back.
What was your favorite part of this tutorial? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Visit the Simon Says It channel, explore our videos and training sessions, and decide what you want to learn next.